Yeah, happy Friday to everyone back in the States. Saturday morning for me. And of course, it is reaction time. Weigh in, Stevenson, Herring fight about to go down Saturday night, man. The weigh in has finally has happened. And so you guys know what I do. I like to come on here and give you guys my reaction. I have not seen the weigh in yet. I don't know what they weighed in yet at. I don't know if they made weight. So this will be a live reaction, and thank you for joining my thoughts and live reaction to this weigh-in. I'm excited for this fight. I was saying this yesterday. I don't know why more people are not talking about this fight, other than the promotional side is pretty much a disaster. But other than that, I feel like this is a fight that a lot of people should be talking about. Why wouldn't you talk about this fight? We got the experienced fighter in Herring going up against a young and upcoming, uh, guy that's looking to be the new face of boxing, and that's Stevenson. We have counter puncher versus sharp, crisp puncher. The styles mix very well, and it's really, say it's a 50-50 fight. I really do think it's a 50-50 fight. But look, I want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to all the people that did come in. First and foremost, we got Tania Marie, first one in the building to drop a comment. I always appreciate you. Thank you for dropping by. Trick Boxing, official member of the channel. Was good, bro. Hope you're good out there. And I see that your membership icon has been upgraded. So congratulations and thank you for supporting the channel. We've got Winners Train, Losers Complain in the building. Sir, in the building. We got K-Rod also in the building as well. We got a poll up here. Make sure you vote in the poll before you leave. Also, hit the like button before you leave. Every like makes a difference. Andrew Charles also in the building. Good to see you, bro. Thanks for dropping by and joining this live stream as I give my thoughts live. I have not seen the weigh-in yet. I have no idea what weight they weighed in. So this is some VIP access right here as I jump into this weigh-in. Bruce Goes, how you doing, sir? Thank you so much for dropping by and hearing my thoughts on this. So far in the poll, we've got Stevenson by unanimous decision, 56%. Herring's at 33%. So far, nobody has voted Herring to win by TKO or KO. Interesting. It looks like we have one, maybe two people saying Stevenson will grab the TKO KO. So as we go along here, watching the weigh-in, make sure you're voting in the poll if you haven't already. Hit that like button. And along the way, we've got something pinned up at the top of the chat as well. If you decide that you would like to support the channel going forward, click that link and become an official member. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I don't want to make this a long live stream. The objective was to come on here and just, give my thoughts real quickly about the weigh-in, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to pull it up right now. Shout out to Fight Hub for the footage. I would use Top Rank, but I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. One of the main reasons why, because we got our man Bob Arum right there, hands in his pockets, wearing his pinstripe polo shirt. Anything affiliated with him, I just don't trust. They'll probably shut down my video quick time. They've done it many, many times before. So, yeah, again, it's like, weigh in. It seems a bit quiet. I don't know if there's a crowd there. I haven't watched this at all. I don't know if there's any type of crowd there, if it's just media. But it just kind of seems like this fight has been casted as like, oh, the laid-back fight, no big deal. It's a big deal, man. Anytime you're fighting for a strap, it's a big deal. And we got a young and upcoming guy in Stevenson who either will propel himself in the conversation of the 130-pounders, or he's going to get knocked down a few notches, and Herring's going to stay a little while longer. So, I don't know, man. I just think this is a great fight. I just still can't believe that it's not being promoted better. I got my man Willie Beecham in the building. What's good, bro? Thanks for dropping by tonight to hear my thoughts of this weigh-in. If you're just joining, I was letting everybody know that I have not seen the weigh-in yet. I have no idea what they weighed in at. I don't know if they even made weight. So please don't spoil it in the chat. I haven't seen it yet, so you guys are getting some raw footage of me giving my live reaction to this weigh-in. Deanna Branch in the building. Also, I see that your icon as a member has been upgraded to the Spartan Warrior with the shield and the sword, representing that gold color. Congratulations to Deanna Branch. I appreciate you stopping by. Just real quick poll before I start it. I know you guys are eager for me to get it started. Just waiting. I'm trying to get enough people in here, a decent crowd in here, letting everybody get their notifications. YouTube has been on some serious, and I mean serious shenanigans lately with people not getting my notifications, my subscribers not getting my notifications. I don't know if you guys been hearing that from other channels out here who you support, but I've noticed like a 30 to 40% drop ever since Fury Wilder. I don't know if that's coincidence or bad luck, but it is what it is. If you made it in, consider yourself lucky because most people don't even get notified. The poll right now is standing at a deadlock. 38% deadlock. Oh, somebody just voted. Now Stevenson is back up by a little bit. 43% saying Stevenson's going to win by UD. Nobody has voted Herring by TKO or KO. All right, maybe people will change their minds when you hear my thoughts about the weigh-in. So let's get into it.
Let's meet the challenger from Newark, New Jersey. Stevenson.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a crowd there. That's cool. That's cool. Seems a bit hype in there. Seems like it's a little bit hype. Somebody's screaming, knock, knock. Somebody's at the door. That's got to be a Stevenson supporter, fan, family member, whatever. That was Bud Crawford that just sat down, I think. That was Bud Crawford right there. All right, here comes Stevenson.
Stevenson.
130 on the money for Stevenson. 130 on the money. Damn. 130 on the money. Okay. Interesting. All right. 130 on the money.
It is now time to weigh in the champion. He is the reigning, defending WBO junior lightweight champion of the world.
Here comes Herring. He's wearing the red, white, and blue. Semper Fi. Marine. I respect that. $129.8. So they're pretty much both right on the money, man. 29.8 and 130. That's actually a little bit interesting. I thought that Herring would come in a little bit bigger. If I would have guessed, I would have said Herring would have been what he is, or 130 on the money. And then I thought that Stevenson would come in at maybe 128 or so. But Stevenson actually comes in a little bit bigger. That is very interesting. Now, both of these dudes, I would imagine, are going to rehydrate. And I wonder who will come in bigger after the rehydration. Technically speaking, Herring should be the bigger guy. I mean, he's taller and longer. But I'm going to have to see here in a moment when they do a little face-off. It looks like Stevenson put on some muscle. He put on a little bit of muscle for this fight. Eric Williams, what's good, bro? I appreciate you stopping by tonight. He says, I like your channel. Keep your thing, bro. I remember you from years back doing the same thing. Yeah, man. I'm here trying to talk boxing. You got the trolls and the detractors. They try to distract me. Reporting my channel and shit. But, it is what it is. All right, so let's see what the bodies look like in comparison side by side. They should be doing that. I would imagine they would. DP Rocca in the building. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, Stevenson definitely put on some muscle, y'all. Stevenson definitely put on some muscle for this fight. And do you know what I see on Stevenson's face, on Shakur's face? I see determination. I see him saying, this is my time. This is my time to shine. This is my opportunity. Herring is at least seem a little bit more relaxed. Is smiling, kind of a little bit laid back. Now, maybe that's a good thing. You want to be confident. If you're the experienced fighter, your mindset is I've been here before. A lot of dudes come in here young and exuberant and exciting. They think they're going to outwork me, but I'm just too experienced. And, let this young dude enjoy his moment. But I'm taking this belt back home. So you have two different demeanors here that I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. Look at Shakur. He got his eyebrows dropped. He's clenching his jaw. You know what I mean? He's like, this is my moment. And you got Herring. He's grinning. Omega Red, bro. What's good, man? Thanks for dropping by tonight to hear my thoughts on this weigh-in. I'm going to play it a little bit more. Herring looks very relaxed. He looks very calm. Like I said, like he has this demeanor like I've been here before, so it's all good. And Shakur is like he seems a little bit slightly bit more nervous. Like he's in the spotlight and he knows he's in for a fight and he knows it's going to be tough. And so he's trying to get in the mindset of I'm not scared. I'm not scared. But Stevenson has put on some muscle. Now that he's up there flexing, you can see his back flare out. You see the lat muscles. He's put on some back work. His shoulders look nice. For a 130 pounder, he looks like a 135, 140 pounder based off this physique right here. But no disrespect to Herring, 35 years old, looks very nice, looks very trim, looks cut. He also looks ready to go. Uh-oh. Face off. Herring's got a little bit of a smirk. Man, I paused this right on the money. Shakur got his eyes closed. That's a little bit of a coincidence. Didn't mean to do that, but hey, I caught it in the moment. Shakur got his eyes closed, and Herring is smirking. Look at that smirk. My man's got a American flag bandana on, smirking at my man Shakur. I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you, man. He looks very relaxed, very calm, and he's basically saying like, "What's good? Are you sure you ready for this moment? Are you sure you ready?" and I find it a little bit funny that I was able to pause it right on this moment. But look, yeah, Eric says very interesting fight between two southpaws. Yeah, man, I love the fact that we're getting two southpaws, man. This is something that you do not see very often, especially at this level.
Saturday, the 23rd, the 6th.
You can tell Herring's slightly taller.
Here in Atlanta, Georgia. The WBO Junior Lightweight Championship of the World, Shakur Stevenson, Jamal Chandra. As always, boxing, this is time.
Oh man, watching this, I got the jitters coming back. I got the jitters coming back, man. I'm like, yeah, man, I love weigh-ins, bro. That's why I was like a little bit disappointed with Fury Wilder not having a face-off like this. Them not having a face-off like this was very disappointing in my opinion. I like this because this right here says a lot. Says a lot. People don't even know. Oh. He went for the belt again. But look at Herring's demeanor. It's hilarious. How could you not like Herring's demeanor? He finds it like it's funny. He's probably thinking this dude's a kid, and quite frankly, to him, he is. I mean, there's like I think a 11-year age difference, right? So he's not getting upset. He's not letting it get to him. I see my man Case Nasty in the building dropping the super chat. I appreciate you. He says salute divine and evening, y'all. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming by tonight and listening to my thoughts about this weigh-in. I appreciate you. K-Rod says Southpaws run boxing, but the most difficult part of two Southpaws facing each other is who's going to tag who first and will showcase their cunning skills to win. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen my official prediction video of this fight, if you're on the fence and you're not sure who you think's going to win, I highly recommend going to my channel. It's not a live stream. It's a 10-minute video prediction breakdown of this fight. Drop in, listen to my thoughts in detail about this fight. I implore you, especially if you're on the fence, because I put in some very good details in that video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 50-50 fight, man. Like if you're not a little bit like, man, I mean, I'm going for Herring, but I don't know, or I'm going for Stevenson, but I don't know, then I'm sorry. Like you need to look at all the small intricate details of this fight. I will say this though, however, the last loss that Herring had was against the Southpaw. If you didn't know, now you know. The last time Stevenson fought a Southpaw, he won. Just a little, I'm just throwing it out there. Winners train, losers complain. Says interesting. Both Herring losses are against Southpaws. There you go. But Bo Mag wasn't his trainer and hasn't lost with him. That's also a very good point. Very good point. Yeah. It's definitely 50-50. This is definitely 50-50 fight. Not a fight that I would bet on. Not that I bet normally anyway. Let's look at this belt grab again. Herring's like, Look, look at this, man. This is why I like face-offs, man. Look at Herring's face and then look at Shakur's face. Shakur's like, man, give me that belt. That belt's coming with me. And Herring's like, I don't think so, young gun. Not today. It's not your time. Maybe another time, but not today. This little steel shot says it all. Says it all what we're going to see Saturday night. If y'all ain't excited about this fight, you better get excited. I'll be here as normal anytime we got a fight like this, man. I'll be on here giving my post-fight thoughts. So definitely make sure that you don't miss that. Because I have a feeling deep down in the pit of my stomach that we're going to see something interesting, man. I don't know. I have a feeling that the end result of this fight might be a little bit, I don't want to say a surprise, but it's going to be very interesting. So definitely don't miss my post-fight thoughts. But this is a nice little seal shot right here. Herring's having a good time. Herring's having a very good time. Very, very confident, man. Look at him smile. Look at that. Look at Herring. He's like, it's all good. It's all good. Let me double check to see where the poll is at. Let me get a good steel shot of this. That's good enough. All right. Let me see where the poll is at. Where are you all at? So we are. Oh, damn. The poll is going crazy right now. The poll is going crazy. Hey, if you guys haven't hit that like button, make sure you swoop in and hit that like button. That should be the first thing you do. I'm giving my live reaction to this weigh-in, man. Ha Capone, I see you in here. Jim Diamond, I see you. Thanks for dropping by. The poll is going crazy. We got Herring, UD, 35%. Stevenson, 38%. That's literally like one person. One person more is going for Stevenson. We got Herring, 4% with the TKO KO. And we got a decent amount of people saying Stevenson's going to take the TKO or KO, 23%. Very interesting poll. This is one of my most interesting polls, to be honest with you. Normally, these fights, it's usually like one-sided. It's usually one-sided. I'm interested to see what the poll would look like for Canelo and Plant when we see that weigh in. We see that when I do my reaction of that weigh in, I'm wondering what that poll will look like. But this is a very competitive poll right here. Jim Diamond says it's going to be a great fight. Absolutely, it's going to be a great fight. Absolutely. So Stevenson, he's jumping ahead a little bit more now. We get the latecomers in here getting their votes in. Stevenson's at 41% right now. So yeah, very interesting, people. Like I said, I've got to upload on my channel of me breaking down this fight. If you're on the fence, go by, check it out. At least give it a like. And I went back into their past resumes. For those of you who don't know, and while I got the notes here actually, so can do it quite easily. For those who don't know, Shakur is 24 years old. He is 5'8" with a 68-inch reach. He's currently 16-0 with 8 KOs. So he's got a 50% KO ratio. So he's not a big puncher. But this is the lightweight division. You know, it's not middleweight. It's not light heavy. It's not heavyweights. So 50% normally I would say is decent enough for lightweights. And of course, a lot of us already know he's a silver medalist in the Olympics in Rio. He went to Rio and came home with a silver medal. Guys, normally when a fighter goes to the Olympics, medals, and has a very good amateur career overall, is usually a good sign. These fighters usually go on as professionals and have successful careers. Normally. Not always, but normally. So I do hold that up to high regard. Anytime somebody goes to the Olympics and wins a medal, I don't look at that lightly. It's just another example of why I always refer back to Wilder being a bronze medalist. That's no joke. I mean, it's super hard to even get through the Olympic trials and make the U.S. team, let alone winning a medal. So I just wanted to put my thoughts on that little point there. Jamel Herring is 35 years old, so an 11-year age difference. And you can kind of see the maturity level between the two. Jamel is you can tell, like he's very mature, 35-year-old man. He's a grown man. He's been here before. He's very relaxed, very calm, smiling. Where you see Shakur, you can see the age a little bit where he's like trying to take the belt, and he's kind of got that glare, and he's got a lot of hype men. You can hear the hype men in the crowd, and so this is literally a grown man versus, I want to say, a young man versus a grown man. And anytime you have that type of fight, it's very, very interesting. So Herring's 35. He's 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. So he has 2 inches in height and 2 inches in reach advantage over Stevenson. He's 23-2 with 11 knockouts. So KO ratio is about the same. 23 wins and 11 knockouts. And for a lot of you who don't know, he started boxing. He started pro. He started pro when he was about 27, I think, maybe 26. So he's a late starter, but he does have a lot of experience boxing in the Marines. He did balance the Marine Corps, boxing in the Marine Corps, and doing amateur tournaments. So he does have an amateur background. It's not like he just came out of nowhere and became a pro. He does have experience. And guys, this is for the WBO junior lightweight title. It is on the line. And the question is, will Shakur Stevenson's O gonna go? Or is he gonna keep that O and become the new face of, or the upcoming new face of, the 130-pound division? I see you guys mentioning Frampton. That's an absolutely fantastic victory for Herring. But the thing is, man, is every time I lean towards Herring a little bit, I'm like, Herring has improved since his last loss. Herring has a lot of skill set. He's a very good counter puncher. He doesn't waste punches. He's calculated. He figures out a way to win most of the time, especially since he's got the new trainer and he's made those improvements. A lot of people had him losing against Carl Frampton. I thought, Carl Frampton is probably a little bit too much, and he proved people wrong. But every time I start to lean towards that Herring has the slight edge, I get this humble reminder of Stevenson, right? Stevenson, let's not forget, he's a southpaw. He's a southpaw. Frampton is not. Frampton is an orthodox fighter and no special effects, really. He's a very solid fighter. But Stevenson, man, he's got the hand speed. He's got the in and out movement. He's got the pop in his punches. He can make you respect him. He's not afraid to mix it up. He uses his jab very well for a southpaw, something that we don't see very often out of southpaws, using an effective jab and right hook. This kid is talented. He's very, very talented. And every time I try to, okay, do I give Herring the edge or Stevenson give the edge? The in and out movement, it's kind of like that Pacquiao style, but more balanced. Pacquiao sometimes would, get off balance just to try to get in and try to land a big combination. Shakur is very, very well balanced, and you see that amateur pedigree there, right? My biggest concern for Herring is that in and out movement. When Herring is going to time, that's what Herring's going to do. He's going to time and try to counter to the body, which is what you want to do to neutralize speed and in and out movement. You go to the body. It's something that Canelo does a lot. Canelo goes to the body when he's going up against fast movers or slick boxers, right? Something that I think he'll do against Plant. But Shakur is so good at dropping a two-piece on you and getting out of the way, right? And one thing that we're going to see is who put the work in the camps when it comes to two southpaws and the direction that southpaws move. Generally speaking, southpaws move to their right? But when you can do that against an orthodox fighter, you move to your right and you try to get to the outside so you can get that left hand in. Well, you got two southpaws. That doesn't always work. Yes, they can both go right? But if one fighter decides to change direction and move to their left, you can offset and you can get that right hand in and you can stay away from your opponent's left hand. Who will have that IQ? Who will set the pace? That's the question. Who will dictate the pace of the fight? Now, either fighter has that ability. Herring can set the pace through his experience and just staying in front of him, pop the jab, and wait for him to come, counter, and then step out. I don't think it's a good idea for Herring to try to mix it up with Shakur. And it's not because Shakur has power, but it's more of he's just got the hand speed advantage, in my opinion. He's got the hand speed advantage. He's got the shorter punches. He can go to body head, but he's just going to out punch you, in my opinion, on the inside. In my opinion, Herring needs to box. He needs to counter punch. And maybe he can catch him with something as Stevenson comes in. Maybe he can catch Stevenson with something, turn the tide of the fight. Then Herring has the ability, because of his height and his reach advantage, to then try to walk down Shakur. Can Shakur fight on the back foot? Let me say that again. Can Shakur Stevenson fight on the back foot? We haven't really seen him do that. He's usually in the pocket, or he's using in and out movement, or he's walking down his opponent because he has a superior hand speed. So, I mean, I can talk about this all day long, but this is a very interesting fight. All right, let's see where the poll's at real quick. Oh, man. Woo, this poll is close, man. This poll just keeps getting closer and closer as we go on. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't hit it yet. We got 33 votes, but only 29 likes. I don't like that discrepancy, right? This stream is for family. Everybody in here is family. Make sure you hit that like button, man. Stevenson still has the slight edge, 39%. Herring at 33%, super close, guys. Man, I don't think I've ever had a poll this close before. Very, very close. And we have a 24% of people saying Stevenson's actually going to get the TKO and or KO. Wow. Man, y'all better not miss this fight. Y'all better not miss this fight. Yeah, Crowd, I'll let you come in for a minute. I don't plan to be too long for this live. You seem very eager to join. There's the link. Come in, leave your thoughts real quick, and we'll end it. And on that note, as K-Rod comes in to give his thoughts, I'll go ahead and play back the weigh-in one more time and go ahead and end the stream. Like I said, I didn't plan on being on here too long. Just wanted to give you guys my live reaction. Sir, absolutely. Absolutely must watch. Must watch. I'm telling you, this is a type of fight where if you're like, I'll watch the highlights, you're going to regret it. I'm telling you right now, you're going to regret it. If you think, I'm just going to watch the highlights, you're going to regret it. Saturday night, make yourself available. If you're working, then have somebody text you after every round on how it's going. Trust me, you want to know every little detail. Every little detail, man. This is a great fight. Great fight. Yeah. So hopefully I was able to give you guys a little bit more insight about how I see the fight, the different possibilities. I'm interested to see if Shakur can fight on the back foot. I'm very interested in that, actually. But can Herring put him on the back foot? At some point, Herring, to gain the advantage, has to try to put him on the back foot. Case Nasty says Shakur will have to press Herring in certain spots. Will he invite an exchange? Yeah, in a situation of an exchange, I feel like Shakur has the advantage. I think he has the shorter, faster punches. And that's not something that if you're Herring, you want to do. You want to use your reach and your height to your advantage. And I wish more people did that. I wish more boxers, understand, your advantages, your physical attributes. If you're long and tall and you got to reach, use it. I mean, sometimes it kind of blows my mind where it's like you get like these pressure fighters who are like 6 foot tall with 76-inch reach, but they try to fight like they're 5'5". It's like, why? Because as soon as you get in a shorter fighter, they got shorter arms and a shorter, they just got shorter punches. They're gonna get the inside of those big long arms and hit you with uppercuts. It's just you fight at range. Now, the idea is when you hurt your opponent and you're the taller fighter, then you can walk them down and punch from distance. You know who was very good at that? Someone who's tall, long arms, who fought from the outside, hurt their opponent, then walked them down and can beat people up. You might be surprised when I say this, but Kelly Pavlik. Kelly Pavlik was very good at that. Using his length, very deceptive. And I'll tell you right now, if I had to choose, like, if I'm sparring or I'm in a fight, I would always prefer to not spar taller fighters because they're a pain in the ass. You got to get underneath their jab. They're flicking the jab out there all the time. You try to parry the jab. It's difficult to counter with your own jab. You got to step in because you're at a disadvantage. So you got to parry, step in with your jab to cut off that distance. But then you get caught with the right hand coming at you. So it's a pain. So speed can offset the taller fighter if you're able. That's what Pacquiao was so good at, shorter fighter, but he has so much speed that he just gets on that taller fighter. We saw that against Chris Algieri, right? Chris Algieri, much taller, longer, and Pacquiao was just able to whip around the side and get all over him. And that's how you have to deal with the taller fighter. And sometimes you got to be ready to get hit with something. It's just part of it, right? You get hit. You're going to get hit against a taller fighter. It's inevitable. But if you can close in and get hit a little bit, but you're able to cut off that distance, you can put in some serious work. I love talking about boxing. It's great. It's great. Hey, K-Rod, man, I put the link in the chat, bro. So if you're going to come in, let's make it happen because I do have things to do. I didn't plan on going too long tonight. Caleb Weak Hands Plant. Yo, what's up? My man said Weak Hands Plant. Damn, bro, that's messed up. Hey, you in here trolling, bro. We don't got no time for that. What are you talking about? Just expose me for my steroid acne and look, man. This dude in here trolling. We don't got no time for that. Are people really that bored? Y'all really ain't got no life? Seriously? I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you. Making up these weird-ass accounts, randomly dropping by people's channels to put dumbass shit in the chat. Please, bro. Find a hobby. Do something constructive with your life. Deanna says Barrios messed up when he got close exchange, but when he caught tall, he was getting, much like Lennox did with Tua. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. That Barrios fight. I'm guessing you're talking about Barrios and Tank Davis, right? Yeah, for sure. I thought that Barrios, and see, that's the thing that tall fighters do sometimes, and that's why I've been telling people that, look, man, Plant does not want to mix it up with Canelo. Canelo has the shorter reach. He's the shorter fighter. He gets underneath shots. Plant needs to fight like he's 6'1". Plant needs to fight like he's 6'1". You understand what I'm saying? And he's got a chance. But sometimes tall fighters, man, they have this weird thing, where it's like they want to mix it up for some reason, and then they get hurt. They get hurt, and it changes the whole fight. It's hard for people to for taller fighters to be disciplined for a 12-round fight. It's not easy, and very few fighters are able to do that who have the boxing skill and the height advantage to stay disciplined for a long period of time. And sometimes you get baited in. And, Canelo sets traps against taller fighters. But I don't want to talk about that fight. We're talking about Herring Shakur. I'm just making references here. So hopefully to paint a picture for people to understand. We have a Toro in the building. Thanks for dropping by again tonight. If you guys haven't hit the like button yet, make sure you do that. We got K-Rod in the building, and go ahead and leave your thoughts. And as I bring K-Rod in here, I'm going to go ahead and play the weigh-in once again, if you haven't seen it. And we'll go ahead and let K-Rod drop his thoughts. Hey, Rod, what's good? Let us know.
Hey, what's up, Divine? How are you?
Doing good, bro. You know what it is, man. Get back to this boxing talk, finally.
Yeah. I'm actually watching
What's on your
Tay Jones' interview Evan Holyfield, the son of Evander. So, yeah, so.
All good. Did you have anything that you wanted to drop in?
Oh, yeah. I just want to say my piece in this fight. Part of me feels like Shakur can easily bring the best out of himself to defeat Herring, or he's going to go through the same situation that Devin Haney went through, and it's either going to be like a make or break fight. So I personally think if Jamel Herring, like I said in the past to other people, applies pressure early and makes him feel uncomfortable, which we have seen that out of Shakur, he usually shows up when he doesn't feel too comfortable, when the pressure gets too hot for him. If Jamel Herring could hit Shakur at the right spot to basically force him to his back foot and apply the pressure against the ropes and slow down his mobility, I truly believe Jamel Herring can easily defeat Shakur if he just works to his lower body, and then he works upstairs to the later rounds, and then if he could start landing those bigger shots on him, he could definitely beat him.
So what's your official prediction?
I want to say Jamel Herring by either split decision or unanimous decision. I think it's going to go all 12, or it's going to basically end in a late round knockout by either Shakur or Jamel.
Okay. Did you vote in the poll?
Yeah.
Damn right you did. Vote in that poll. Let your voice be heard.
Yeah,
Now, the poll. Right now, Stevenson is 47% now. So Stevenson is starting to creep up in the poll, whereas earlier, about 10, 15 minutes before, it was deadlocked. So people are slowly dropping in to the live. They're dropping their vote in, and Stevenson is starting to creep up. And I find it ironic that maybe one person has said that Herring wins by TKO or KO. So most people are suggesting, or they're voting, that it's going to be unanimous decision. It's going to go 12 rounds. I agree. I do believe this fight will go the distance. I believe that it'll be a tough fight. It's going to be a competitive fight. And rather Stevenson wins or loses, this will be his biggest step up. And even if he wins, I think he's going to be humbled. I think he's going to have to dig deep to get this victory. Herring will challenge him. Herring will hurt him at some point, in my opinion, in this fight, where Stevenson is going to have to really show how talented he really is.
Yeah, can I also add on that? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Also, Shakur Stevenson hasn't fought anybody top tier to Jamel's level, per se. Like, if you really think about it, he's really just been fighting guys just to, stay busy. And his only, quote-unquote, tough fights which made it look pretty easy per se, would probably be the Joet Gonzalez fight, and I would say I don't know. Honestly, I want to say the Christopher Pitufo Diaz fight. I'll put that in there because those are at 126. But leading up to this fight, this is his biggest test at 130. And the rest of his opponents were just guys for him to stay busy, make his name look good. And he doesn't really have any high profile veteran type fighters. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
And that's the thing though with younger fighters, man, coming up getting a title shot. That's always the case.
Because my problem. Oh, wait, what? Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm just reiterating that point that when younger fighters and a lot of times it's the guy who had a great amateur career, gold medalist, silver medalist, whatever it may be, comes in. He's like 15-0, 16-0, doing great. And it's like, oh, I think he's ready, and they get a title shot and they go up against a guy who's been there, who has fought better fighters at the pro level. And we all know pro is a different animal, right? It's a different beast than the amateurs, right? And so now you're getting into prize fighting. Now you got pride. Now you got guys who now that poll the pool of talent has now went from the top 6% to the top 1%. Because when you're in the amateurs, you might go up against guys that you're just so much better than, right? You might run into a few people here and there where when you go up for the Golden Gloves and you're trying to win tournaments and going for the Olympic trials, yeah, you're going to run into some talent. But when you go into the pros, the level of skill is it's so thin that you're going to run into, it's inevitable in the pro ranks. You're going to run into somebody eventually who is going to either beat you or make it extremely difficult, that is going to humble you. And you look at even somebody like Mayweather, who came in from his Olympic stint and had his amateur career and how great he was. And he had the name, he had the Mayweather name, he had the brand, both his uncle and his father fought and all that good stuff. And he came in and just started smashing everybody, right? Janelle Hernandez smashed him. But then what happened was, who did he face? He faced Luis Castillo, right?
Yep.
And that was a tough fight. That humbled Mayweather, right? And so that's what happens. Will this be the Castillo fight? Mayweather-Castillo fight this Saturday night? Are we going to see something like that? And that's the thing, is in this instance, Herring is Castillo and Shakur is Mayweather, moving up, right? Exciting, fast, good IQ, right? Of course, the styles are a little bit different, but the story is similar coming up, right? So I'm telling you guys right now, Shakur might win this. He might edge it out, but it's going to be tough. I'm telling you right now, very, very, very tough. And I agree with you, K-Rod. This fight can easily be a split decision or a majority decision or something that close. That I have that vibe. I don't see knockouts. I'll be surprised if we see a knockdown, even that. I think it's going to be a boxing match. It's going to be a war, and that's just how I kind of see it. I have officially predicted Stevenson as well to win a UD, but my heart is with Herring. For me, I don't lose in this fight. If Herring wins, I'm proud of him. I love his story, and I want to see him continue to be successful at 35 years old. I want him to represent the old heads. My man Herring's out there representing the old heads and put the young fighter in his place.
Yep.
So I'm like, show the people, man. At 35, you still got what it takes. If Stevenson wins, I get my prediction right. So in that regard, I'm happy. So I don't feel like I'm losing in this fight. That's why I'm excited for it.
I was gonna tell you, I don't know if I told you that I actually I actually like train over here at the Albany Boxing Gym right up here on Quail Street, out of my area. And I don't know if you know the fighter Tony Marshall.
I've heard of him. Yes, I've heard of him.
Yeah. Well, Tony Marshall, he actually, I guess, like runs like training sessions there. But when I was talking to him, like back in the day about, I guess, like just boxing in general, he told me that it doesn't matter how old you are; it matters if you have the right mindset and then the right game plan coming into a fight. And if you implement that in your fights, you will always beat your opponent. It's not about, the youth. It's about the mindset that you come into the fight. And I think if Jamel Herring, if he comes in with that good championship mindset, like all the other greats have done in the past, I think he could easily cakewalk Shakur, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a chess match, or it's either going to turn into a very bloody dogfight.
Yeah, man, we might see some blood, man, tomorrow night. We might see some cuts. We might see a broken nose. We might see somebody get a cut like above their eye. Two southpaws, it's like you might even see headbutts.
Yeah.
To be honest, because they're southpaws. It's just out of their element. We know that they both have done their sparring. They both went up against southpaws and stuff to prepare for this fight. But when you fight and when you in there with no headgear on, because you spar, you use headgear, obviously. So you go in there with no headgear and it's a real fight. It's not sparring. So heads can clash. Just FYI, congratulations to Willie Beecham and Razor. I went ahead and wrenched you guys up, man. So congratulations, you guys now have a wrench to help deal with these demented trolls that are trying to hijack the conversation, a beautiful boxing conversation. So just want to let you know you guys have been a part of the channel long enough, showing your dedication and respect. So you have now been wrenched up, and that also goes for Case Nasty as well. I appreciate you guys. Another quick glance at the poll. Stevenson now is really starting to pull away a little bit. He's at 50%, and Herring's at 29%. If you haven't voted yet, go ahead and make your voice heard. We got 42 votes and 34 likes. And there's that discrepancy there that I always talk about. So, family, if you're in the chat, make sure you hit that like button. Every like matters. Yave, I didn't realize that I let him back in. I don't know. I was trying to get rid of him. It's weird. We get these trolls in here talking about PEDs. It's just a bunch of weirdos, man. Just a bunch of weirdos. But look, hey, K-Rod, I appreciate you dropping in as always, man, to give your thoughts. I appreciate the fact that, you're going for Herring. I'm going for Stevenson. But again, like, I just don't. It's just not. This isn't like Fury Wilder for me. Fury Wilder is kind of like, it's like I want Wilder to knock Fury's head off type shit. It's like he's got to win. He needs to win. He needs to win for so many reasons, right? There's so much more involved in that fight. But this fight, I'm just so excited to have a good boxing match, and I don't feel like I'm losing in this fight at all, despite whoever wins. And that's a good feeling. I don't always feel that way. Usually I'm usually leaning one way or the other, and I'm disappointed if I get my prediction wrong. But in this case, I'm not. I'm really not. But guess what, guys? I am now currently editing my breakdown video of Plant and Canelo. I'm telling you guys right now, you guys are going to really, really enjoy it. I had my man Brian over here, and we were simulating the fight, sparring each other. It got heated, man. We started punching each other in the face, trying to simulate the fight. It was very, very interesting. For the most part, ironically enough, Brian was simulating Caleb Plant style, and I was being Canelo, which was quite interesting because I realized, and I'm giving you guys a little bit of a precursor or foreshadowing to the video, but I realized how, number one, how difficult it is to actually do Canelo style. I was, because it's not really my style. I had to try and simulate it, but also I learned that we both learned that if Canelo gets close to Plant, it can be tough for Plant. There's just two things that we kind of saw going through the motions in our little sparring session a couple nights ago, walking through the motions on how we think the fight's going to play out. So I think you guys are going to thoroughly enjoy the video. I'm currently editing it, and it could be possibly be uploaded tomorrow morning, your guys' time in the States. So make sure you guys are looking forward to that. It was 2 weeks away from that fight. It's a little bit later than I would have liked to drop this video, but life happens. But at least the subscribers will get or they'll get the first count of the video, and that's what matters the most. Anybody can go ahead and leave their final thoughts in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. I didn't want to make it a long one. If you guys came in late, I've already gave my reaction to the weigh-in. I believe Herring came in. No, sorry. Shakur came in at 130 on the money. Herring came in, I believe, at, 29.8 or something like that. So they both made weight. To me, Herring, as just a real quick wrap-up / conclusion, Herring looks confident. He looks calm. He looks like I've been here before. I'm going to show this young gun what this is all about. Shakur looks a little bit tense. He's trying to intimidate Herring a little bit, trying to grab his belt. But yeah, I mean, it's a weigh-in, it's a face-off. It's helping the promotion of the fight a little bit, even though this fight should have been promoted even more, and it wasn't, which is a shame. I think they totally effed this up when it came to promoting this fight, and it was a little bit overshadowed by Fury and Wilder too, to be fair.
Terrible.
But yeah, but they promoted this fight terribly, and that's a shame. But we are going to watch it, and we will be here post-fight talking about the ending, which is always exciting. I have Stevenson winning this fight, but I'm telling you right now, I don't know who's going to win this fight. I really don't. I really don't know who's going to win. I got Stevenson because I got to pick somebody. But this is going to be a tough fight. Don't miss it. C. Wood, what's good? I see you in the building. Karma Boxing and MMA. I see you also in the building. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys, before you guys leave. Also pinned up at the top of the chat is a link to become an official member of the channel, to continue to support the content and the channel. And I appreciate you more than you know if you decide to become an official member. It helps the channel a lot. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I'm going to end the poll now. I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds to get your final votes in if you haven't voted. But I'm going to go to end the poll right now. And Stevenson is at 49%, Herring at 28%, winning by unanimous decision. And we got 21% saying Stevenson will win by KO or TKO.
Wow.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead in the poll in 10 seconds. Make sure you get your vote in. 5 seconds. I see my man Karma Boxing MMA says, I got Shakur by KO. 3, 2, and ending the poll. All right, guys, I will see you here post-fight. I'm looking forward to it and having you guys be a part of the conversation as always. And I'm going to go ahead and end it. K-Rod, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you once again, Divine, for allowing me to be on. You are one of the greatest YouTubers doing it big out here. Long live the LDBC and Bomb Squad all day and Herring all day.
Yeah, I was kind of like bracing myself to see if you were going to take a little sneak shot at Canelo again.
Oh
But,
yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know,
And fuck Canelo Alvarez. To hell with all you racist Mexican fans. Long live Caleb Plant. November the 6th. We'll see you later. Undisputed USA. Let's go.
okay, all right, I was braced. I was braced that time. Last time I didn't brace for it. But yeah, man, look, post fight we'll be here talking about this fight. Looking forward to it, and also Tichoa, man, you dropping in. You dropping in late, bro. But look, man, I thank you for dropping by. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you swing by and watch it once it's uploaded on the channel. But look, I'll be here post fight and be on the lookout for Caleb Plant Canelo Alvarez breakdown video. It's gonna be fire. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. K-Rod, I'll see you on the next one. Peace, bro.
Peace. See you later.